How to run a 100k plus webinar funnel from A to Z. This is going to be a complete guide, full step by step, literally everything you need to know on how to run a successful webinar. It's going to be a long video, I don't know how long, but it's going to be long, and if you can't stick through all of the video, I guess you don't want to make money with webinars. So yeah, let's start. First of all, we need to understand why webinars. VSL and DM funnels are old and repeating. Everybody's seen them. Everybody knows they're talking to a DM setter. They know they are watching a pre-recorded VSL that has the same structure as every other VSL out there. But a webinar gives people a reason to engage. This is very important. It is the only mechanism that turns passive followers into pre-sold buyers in a single session. Then, the most important part. You build so much trust because you teach people something for 2 hours. So you teach them, you handle all their objections live, you demonstrate authority live, they are watching you live. That's the main point, it's live. They know it's live, they can talk to you, they can ask you questions, they can interact with you. And that's why it builds so much trust. And then we have leverage and efficiency. You sell one to many, you should already know this. If you talk to multiple prospects at once, and one presentation can book you 50, 100, however many leads you have, it can book you that many calls. And you spend 2 hours on the webinar talking to hundreds of prospects, and through a regular funnel, sorry, let's say, you take a discovery call and you can handle one prospect per hour. And not so important, but one good thing to know, it's so easy to scale with them. You just build SOPs and AI, and you abuse AI with those SOPs that you make, and you just increase frequency. So if you've done them, let's say every 5 weeks, now you can do them every 3 weeks. Then you can do them every 2 weeks, and so on and so on. You get the point. Then how to actually do that? First, you're going to build a system. That's all of this. I don't know why it says offer here, forget about it. Then you need to decide if you're going to run organic or paid or combined, depending on the frequency, and you repeat periodically. So weekly, monthly, I already covered that. Then let's get into the sauce. Phase 1, foundation, market research. By far the most important part of the webinar, the make or break, as some people would say. It is the backbone of your webinar. You're going to make a Google Doc that is going to be called sauce. It's very important you call it that. Okay, sauce. And this is going to be an extremely detailed, and I mean autistic level detail, ICP description, offer description, your brand voice description. It says ICP on here, but all of these things that I'm saying you need to include. So as I said, ICP detailed, your offer detailed, your brand voice detailed. And you're going to do that by looking at your comments, at your DMs. Maybe you put out a survey for your existing clients. The most important thing that you're going to do, you're going to look at some sales calls recordings. I did some math here. You're going to put them on 2x speed. So one call will take you about 30 minutes. You're going to watch them for 10 hours straight and for 2 days. Now, if you do the math, that's 40 sales calls watched. If you watch 40 sales calls, you will know exactly what you need to do. Then, I thought I heard something. I thought I live with ghosts, but forget about this. You're also going to do competitor research. You can read book reviews. That's how far you need to go. As I said, autistic level. So go on Amazon, find books that your prospects are reading, and put the rating on 3 stars and see what people are saying. Also do that for Reddit stories and AI research, of course. So ask Claude, ChatGPT and stuff like that. Then we get on to your offer. Should you do high ticket or low ticket? If you're doing high ticket, you're going to pitch a book a call funnel. If you're doing low ticket, you're going to pitch direct checkout. You should always do high ticket. Here's why. You make more money, of course. You attract serious buyers only, because if somebody is not serious, they're not going to spend a few $1,000s on a course or on a mentorship. But every idiot can buy a $30 Telegram group. Then you have higher perceived value, which means better client results, because your clients think it's better, it's more valuable, and then it is more valuable. If they think it's more valuable, it is more valuable to them, and they make better results. If you have a 5K offer, you only need 20 sales to do $100K cash collected or revenue. And if you're selling a $99 course, you need over 1,000 sales to make 100K. It's basically this, you make more money. So you should always do high ticket. In some rare occasions, it's good to do low ticket if you're like Iman Gadzhi and you have millions of followers, but for most people, you should do high ticket. Then you need to have your core offer. You probably already have this, but I'm just going to go over it. So this is the Hormozis value equation. You need to increase dream outcome and perceived likelihood of achievement, and you need to decrease time delay and effort and sacrifice that it takes to achieve it. So you can call it something like this: achieve desired result in time frame without top objection or pain point. Plus you need to add a guarantee and a risk reversal on top of that. But your webinar offer, you can't pitch your core offer on your webinar, because if people bought into your core offer, they would have already bought into you, but they didn't, and they are on the webinar. And you need to make your webinar offer better than the core offer. And you do that, I pressed something. And you do that by adding bonuses. And bonuses need to be better than your core offer. And they need to add urgency and scarcity. Okay? This is the important part. Bonuses need to be better than your core offer. Okay? Here's an example. Let's say your core offer is 90-day one-on-one SMMA coaching. Sign 3 to 5 retainer SMMA clients in 90 days without calling or cold emails. So that's this. Achieve desired result in time frame without top objection. Then bonus tech that needs to be more valuable. 30-day one-on-one sprint with the host, whatever that is. Cold outreach masterclass. Done for your niche research file. Sales call recordings. WhatsApp access. Scripts and SOPs. Anything you can think of that can be valuable. And the way you do bonuses, you can read this in Hormozis' book. I forgot which one, but something about offers. $100 million offer, that's right. You list all the possible objections and all the possible questions that your ICP has. And you turn all of those questions and pain points into a bonus. So you can do PDFs, you can do one-on-one calls, you can do groups, communities, stuff like that. You get what I mean? And then you can have like literally tens, even maybe not hundreds, but you can have so many bonuses that make your core offer so much better. And if you're doing high ticket coaching, the most important one that I've seen coaches do is like additional one-on-one calls and stuff like that, because it's the easiest to do for you and it brings an insane amount of value to your customer. Then a guarantee: stay until you sign your first retainer or you get the full refund. Scarcity, that needs to be legitimate, don't fake it, because people will sit through that. Only 5 spots available, and you show the calendar live. You can't say there are 5 spots available and then accept 15 people. That's not how it works. You need to accept 5 people, and then those 10 people that wanted to join, you don't let them in, and they stay in the demand. Then the next time when you let another 5 people in, you make it higher price. And again, you don't let everybody in. And that's how I'm teaching you sales, not just webinars. I'm teaching you how to make generational wealth right here. Then urgency, also it needs to be legitimate. Don't put a fake timer on the screen. Nobody falls for that. Available only 4 calls booked until the end of the webinar, something like that. Then you need to create your angle around your webinar. I'm thirsty. I know the bottle is a bit gay, but it serves the purpose. Angle creation. So you need to come up with your webinar topic. Again, you're using this sauce that we created at the beginning for everything. The first step is to realize how aware your audience is of you, of your product, and stuff like that. Basically, there are 5 stages of awareness, and I didn't come up with this concept. There's a guy named Kale, I'm not going to pronounce his name wrong, I'm so sorry. You can go check out his YouTube channel. He's done a great video on this, and I'm not going to just steal it. So basically, 5 stages of awareness: unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, most aware. You find out where your audience is on this scale, and you create your angle around that. Pretty simple. You can pause and read this if you want. Step 2. Audit what's already working in your content. Go through your best performing content from the last 6 to 12 months. Look specifically for the angles and marketing messages that generated the most interaction, views, and comments. Okay? What you're looking for is a pattern. What topic, what emotion, or what desire made your audience stop scrolling and engage? That's it. Just look at your best performing content. If it performed once, if it performed twice, it will perform on the webinar. Then, match the angle to a moment or emotion in the market. The best webinar campaigns tap into something that is already alive in the audience's head. That's really important. There are a few reliable angles that work repeatedly. Don't just copy and paste them, use your head. But here are some. The timing angle. A calendar event for, let's say, New Year. That's the most common one. New quarter. So that's if you're doing maybe something with businesses. Q1, start your Q3 the right way. People's desire to start fresh or act before time runs out is one of the most powerful motivators. And you know this by yourself. How many times have you said, tomorrow is January 1st, I'm going to get in the gym, I'm going to start the business, you know what I'm talking about. Then a proof of concept angle. The host or a client just did something remarkable and the webinar breaks down how. Here, if you don't know who Callum Carver is, you should learn. He's a great guy. So he teaches people how to make money with high income skills. And he taught this guy, Marcus, basically he took him from 0 to 10k in, 71 days, which is pretty remarkable if you ask me. So, remarkable. And he made a whole webinar around it. Then, the niche specificity angle. Specificity. Speaking directly to what the audience already knows they need, not what you think sounds good to a broad audience. Nobody cares about what you think. If you think something is good, it doesn't necessarily mean it is good. Okay. So what the fuck? Something's flying here, sorry. I have a few examples here. Active resales webinar for existing resellers. This is important. Existing resellers. He won't pitch them how to start a reselling business. They already know that. They are existing resellers. It says it right here. So he won't teach them something they already know. He needs to adapt his angle on his audience. So if his audience are people that already have a reselling business, he could maybe do something like, here's how we get access to 52 of the UK's best suppliers, or something like that. Then the new opportunity angle. People like something new, always. Position the webinar as access to something that most people don't know about yet, or reframe a threat as an advantage. Let me explain. Serge Gattari, if you don't know who he is, he basically does AI stuff, and his AI campaign worked because AI was and still is booming, and everybody wants that. Everybody wants to get in on something that's new. Like everybody wanted to be on the internet 20 years ago, everybody wants to do AI now. The same thing like everybody wanted to do trade meme coins last year. Everybody wants AI. Basically you can, and the best thing about this is like a bit off topic, but you can literally put AI into every single business model, teach people exactly the same thing you did before AI, just add like a few AI tools, and you can make so much more money just because it's new and it's AI. Anyways, and now the threat reframing. Cardinal Mason, I'm sure you know him, he flipped it. Most people think copywriting is dying because of AI, so he made a webinar about why that's actually your advantage. And he sells AI copywriting course now, which is basically just Claude writing copy for him. That doesn't matter. Basically, don't craft a message that sounds good or impressive. Craft a message that speaks directly to your ICP and what they're feeling at the moment. Okay, I will read that again. Craft a message that speaks directly to your ICP and what they're feeling at the moment. And the best way you'll know this information is if you did this part right. I mean, if you did the market research right and you have your backbone correct, your sauce. Then phase 2, the system. Firstly, we have the tech stack. I'm not going to go deep into this. This could be a bit confusing. Basically, you need your GHL or close for CRM, landing page, automations, workflow, blah blah. You need Webinar Jam to host the event. Don't use Zoom. If you use Zoom, you're gay. Use Zapier as a glue that connects all the things together. Then use Typeform to qualify prospects, and WhatsApp or Telegram to do your free community. Depends on your audience. Then the landing page. Again, this is a bit more of a copywriting. If you want to run a successful webinar, you will need to combine a lot of different skills together. So copywriting, sales, storytelling, a lot of things need to be on point. So basically, a registration page, you need to have a nice headline, and it needs to be straight to the point. You want people to come in and to register. You can do them with a VSL. I prefer no VSL. Basically, just a form. So first name, email address, phone number. Again, real scarcity. You can see here. Why is my pen? Okay, this better. You can see it now. So, say my free spot. This button goes across your whole landing page a million times, basically. When it starts, again, real timer, no fake ones. This one's over, so that's why it's at 0. Then what people will learn, meet the host. The lead magnet, this is important. You need to have a free lead magnet that will get people into your WhatsApp group or Telegram group, and they can access it only if they are in the group. Okay, Mogging. So, and then a bunch of social proof, preferably if you can put like YouTube videos here of your case studies and stuff like that. That's the best one you can make, but you can make it like this, just bombard people with social proof. And then again, some real scarcity, so limited spots and the CTA. But that's not the end with the landing page. After they register, they get on a confirmation page, and this is important. This is where you get them to a WhatsApp group and you make sure they show up. So they need to join the WhatsApp group to get the personal brand starter kit or whatever your lead magnet is. You can add it to their calendar. I mean, they can add it if they click the link, and you give them the link. And once again, you remind them, did you watch the video? Did you do this? Did you join the WhatsApp group? Blah blah blah. And this is the example of another thank you page from Shelly. Why is this here? So basically, she has a quick video that's like 2-3 minutes long. It's her just on her phone, nothing scripted, saying that people should join her email list, the WhatsApp group, and stuff like that. Then the CRM pipeline, the thing everybody hates because they don't have a clue about how it works, and it's the boring part. Turns a webinar from one-time event into a trackable, follow-up able sales machine. I wrote this perfectly. I'm a copywriting genius. It tells you where are the prospects in the buying journey based on their behavior. It allows you and your sales team to follow up in the right order. Follow up in the right order. This is the part where, how do I say this? If you run a webinar correctly, you'll see that 20 to 35% of your revenue comes from follow-ups. If you don't follow up correctly, you're losing on a third of your revenue. That's how important follow-upping is. And you can't follow up correctly if you don't have this set up correctly, okay? Now, damn, this looks... Am I recording? I am recording, sorry for that. let's get into it. Stage 1, people who signed up. So anybody who registered, it's your base list, and you use Zapier to automatically push the people that registered through your GHL into Webinar Jam and tags them accordingly. And then we have people that didn't attend. They registered but never showed up to the event. Fuck them. Then we have people that attended. I mean, you can follow up with them still, but it's offering a replay. Then people who attended. People who attended but left before the pitch. You pull this list directly from Webinar Jam. You set the time step to when you transitioned into the pitch and export everybody who left before that point. So basically, anybody that didn't see your pitch, fuck them. I mean, not fuck them. You'll need to follow up with them. Then we have people that attended and stayed for the pitch. The same thing. You put the time step from when you transition into the pitch and export everybody who left after that point. Then we have people who didn't apply to your type form. They didn't even try it. Again, fuck them. I mean, not. I'm saying this all over again. Don't just screw them off. You need to how do I say it? You need to apply the right. What they've read here. You need to It doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying. You need to apply the right name in the GHL for them. Oh my god, my English is disgusting. Then we have people who applied via Typeform. In the Typeform, you're going to ask if they can afford it, are they the right fit, and are they serious enough. Obviously not like this. You're going to structure it a bit more formally and nicely, but this is the 3 things that you need to know after the Typeform, and you will qualify them based on these questions. Then stage 5, people that didn't qualify and people that qualified, that self-booked because they qualified through the Typeform and they booked a call. People who didn't qualify, after the follow-up, you'll see they can be qualified again. I know it sounds a bit confusing, but we'll get to that point, so I will leave this we'll get to this later. That's what I'm going to say. So people who qualified and didn't qualify, you will follow up with them, your setters, and there is a chance that qualified people become unqualified, and there is a chance that unqualified people become qualified. But at the end, the ones that stay qualified, they book a call, then again the pipeline goes further. If they are no-show, you tag them accordingly. Tag them, that's the word I was looking for earlier. Then people who cancelled or rescheduled, then the people that take the call, and after they take the call, they can either be not closed on a payment plan, or closed in a paid in full, in other words, PIF, and we like those people the most. Ooh, I'm thirsty again. I'm getting another. Oh my god, I'm getting another water bottle. Next video, I'm sorry. Phase 3, promotion. 7 to 10 days before the event. This is the sweet spot. More than 10 days is too much. Your prospects will cool off, and less than 7 days you don't have enough time to nurture them. Organic content. You change your bio on all of your platforms, and you add a link in that bio, obviously. Or you are going to add a ManyChat trigger word that will get people to sign up. Here's my take on this. In the bio, if you're on Instagram, put a ManyChat trigger. On everything else, put a registration page link. ManyChat trigger words are so good, actually so good. Why? Because people are in scroll mode. And what that means, they're scrolling, they're seeing your reels, your stories, and they don't want to click on the link, get out of Instagram, get out of scroll mode, then fill up everything, then go back into scroll mode. They just want to scroll. And when you have a ManyChat trigger word, they are scrolling, they see your word, it's so easy for them to type the word, like 3-4 letters, send it, continue scrolling, and come back to it after they finished brain rotting. Also, you can follow up with them if needed, because they are in your DMs now, and it builds connection. If they don't know they're talking to a DM setter, they think they're talking to a real person. Reels. the content mechanism that you're going to use to advertise your webinar on Instagram. Again, we have content angles. We have the announcement itself, what the webinar is, what they learn, why now. That just comes back to the angle creation. Then we have the social proof angle, case studies and results from people your ideal registered, your ICP relates to. The pain angle, content that speaks directly to what they're struggling with right now that the webinar solves. The authority angle, why the host is the person to learn from, why you are the person to learn from, why you are the GOAT, the guy. Sorry, bad joke. Then the urgency angle, spots are filling up, time is running out, the live event won't be repeated. Again, make it real, don't fake it. And behind the scenes, where you build hype around the preparation. Don't make content centered around the webinar, just mention it at the end. Some content needs to be centered around the webinar, but that could be like only the announcement and like maybe one or two. I would say 30% of your content should be around the webinar. A lot of it should be just mentioning it at the end. Okay? Then story sequences. These are money printers. This is where you get people in. Reels bring in new people, stories nurture the people already watching. Day 1. Announcement plus proof. Launch the campaign and immediately back it with credibility. Day 3. Proof from multiple clients. It's not like overwhelmed with social proof. Day 5. By the way, nobody's going to give this to you for free. Like, I'm literally giving you step by step which story sequence you need to write. So please give me some respect. Day 5, you break a bigger objection. Day 7, you get personal with them. Day 9, urgency and frequently asked questions. And day 10, day of the webinar reminders, just basically spamming them. We are starting in 7 hours, 2 hours, 15 minutes. Then what you're going to notice when you do this correctly, you're going to have two waves. Wave 1 is day 1 and 2 people. These are the warmest people, they want immediately in. They see the announcement and they immediately want in. I just repeated myself. And you will have the biggest spike of registrations on day 1 and day 2. And also final 2 days. People who've been sitting on it know they can actually make it. The deadline forces a decision. Again, urgency. Second biggest spike, and where urgency in your content matters most. So this is where you're going to use the where is it? The timing angle. So webinar is happening tomorrow, you need to be fast. Okay, I know what I just did with my face, but it doesn't matter. Everything in between is nurture. Keep registrants excited, reminding them it's coming and picking up people who missed the announcement. Then we have organic plus paid, organic or paid only, you get me? There are 3 types of ads. Acquisition, retargeting, and hammer them ads. These ones are my favorite. Let's go with acquisition first. I have so many voice cracks, I don't know what's wrong with me. You use this for cold traffic and your only goal is to get registrations for the webinar. And you get people from your content, from your ad creative to the landing page. So not many chat trigger words, although you could maybe do possibly something with that, but get them to the landing page. And you call out ICP in the hook. This is like a bonus tip. So you could say, let's use the active reselling webinar. You could say, he could say, if you are somebody who has a reselling business, you need to hear this. Just an example. I don't know why I was thinking about an example on the spot. I literally have it here. I didn't read it. For example, you can't make more than 10k amount with your agency if you're doing a webinar for agency owners. That attracts the right person and repels the wrong one, which is very important. You don't just want views, you want views from the right people, and you don't want the wrong people to see it at all. And the meta shows it to more of the right people over time if you do this correctly. If you disqualify the wrong ones and you qualify the right ones, you train your pixel like that. Then retargeting ads. You run these to your existing audience or warm traffic. Basically, that's the same thing. Those are people who already trust you and like the host. and they are cheap, but they have high conversion because, as I said, they are warm. If they are warm, it's easier to convert them. And the best one, the Hammer Them ads. You are nurturing registrants. I bet you didn't see that coming. So you're running ads for people that already registered. Now you might be thinking, Franco, that makes no sense. If they registered, why would I spend money to do anything with them? Basically, you need to nurture them even more. You separate the campaign targeting only registrants. So 2 different campaigns. These ones have no CTA, because the only CTA that could be on the ad is to register, and if they already registered, there is no CTA, obviously. You provide value, education, and you handle objections. And you run these in a separate campaign, not ad set. You spend 3 to 5% of your total ad budget on Hammer Them ads, and you set it as a traffic campaign, not a lead campaign. Now, if you don't know anything about running ads, you didn't understand a single thing I said here, but that's your problem. Then you're going to record 10 to 15 different ads in rotation, so registrants see different content constantly without burning out on the same creative. So let's say I've already registered for your webinar, and you just bombard me with Hammer Them ads, which are basically like your content, and it just nurtures me before the webinar. Do you get me? You get what I'm saying? Then all ads go in one ad set. Don't split test audiences early. Test angles and creatives, not audiences. How you're going to test angles? For the 75th time here, angle creation. Like this part right here. Okay. Where am I? Then sequences. We have 2 pre-webinar email sequences. We have the existing context and registrants. First, for people that are already in your email list, if you have one, and you should have one. Client's email list or CRM who hasn't bought yet. You basically tell them, come and learn something for free. And there is no reason for them to not engage with you. If they are on your list, that means they already engage with you at some point. That means they are warm to an extent. It depends how often you send something to your email list, I don't know. It's low friction and it brings back old leads that, as I said, already interacted with you. Then we have the registrant sequence. Triggered the moment someone signs up, it gets people to show up and handles hidden objections that stop people from showing up. Then, day 2, this means that you just skip the first day of registrant sequence, and then after that they go into the same sequence. I don't want to go over all of this, but basically you can pause this and go over it. I'm not going to. Basically just copy this, and yeah, that's it. Basically just bombard them with emails, some SMS here and there, and here is the content that you're going to use. It's pretty simple. Then the WhatsApp community. A link goes into every email and on the confirmation page. And how you get people into the WhatsApp community, we already said this. You give away a free lead magnet. Okay. I'm mogging again. Basically, you don't make a WhatsApp group, you make a community, because you don't want people to be able to send messages, okay? So it's just you sending messages. What the fuck is with my hair? It's just you sending messages, not the people. You want to avoid spam. Then what to post? You handle objections and build hype without selling the offer. Basically the same thing you're doing in all of these promo sequences, promo story sequences, promo. Basically the whole purpose of promo period is to get people to register and to show up and to nurture them. And that's what you're doing with all of these things. And that's what you're doing with the WhatsApp community as well. So you post voice notes and short videos from the host because they are raw, authentic, and not produced. So you don't script them. You don't want to be plastic. Then FAQ videos answering the most common questions, lead magnet delivery, case study screenshots, behind the scenes, polls, calendar links, countdowns, CTAs to replay. That's obviously after the webinar. This is horrendous. And mentions of the bonuses to increase FOMO. Now AI, again we come back to the sauce. you're going to use Claude for most of this. Claude is on a generational run right now, I'm not going to lie. You're going to use Sauce. You're going to open up a Claude, and you can basically make a project in Claude. You're going to make a new project, you're going to call it webinar. It's extremely important you call it webinar. And in the files, you're going to click this plus sign, and you're going to add your sauce. sauce. And in the instructions, you will tell the Claude, use this sauce to write everything that I'm going to ask you to write. And that's how you write so many emails. Look how many emails there are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. And we have daily from day 2 to day 10. So that's like what, 21, 22. I don't know the math. It does, basically it's a lot. It's a lot of emails, a lot of SMS, a lot of WhatsApp, a lot of landing page copy. Okay? You need to write it with AI. You won't be able to write it alone. You have more important tasks to focus on. Leverage. And you're going to use AI to write it, and you're going to write in 80-20 ratio. Basically 80% AI, 20% is you, and most of those 20% is you just giving it the right prompt. Okay? Then a little add-ons, and that's it. Whew. Oh my god. Phase 4, the presentation, the live webinar. How you're going to write the script? You're going to use Jason Fladline's 14-step formula. You have this on YouTube for free. He's the GOAT. He's made over $220 million with webinars, so don't listen to me, listen to him. It basically goes hook pain, tease the outcome, dream position, paradigm shift, training, commitment, transition, core offer, bonuses, guarantee, scarcity, Q&A. Then, slide decks. You're going to use Canva, or you can use Gamma if you are like high-end and you want to spend money unnecessarily, or Google Slides, but that's just not as good. Use Canva if you're a normal person being. 1 point per slide, this is very important. You use a simple design and you match the vibe to your niche with photos, drawings, stickers. Again, how do you know what your vibe is and stuff like that? Sauce. Okay. Now I have an example here of the Callum Carver's webinar. So here you can see it's all in the same vibe, so it's pretty much the same. And he uses photos and these like stickers or emojis, I don't know what to call it, to match the vibe. And it's pretty simple. It's like just black text with some red bolded on it, and yeah, sorry, I got distracted. And as I said, 1 point per slide. So boom, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. So you get what I'm saying. Pretty simple. Then the actual live. You open the chat only for the start, during commitment building moments and Q&A. The commitment building moments are when you say, yo chat, just write me 1 in the chat if you are ready for what I'm about to teach you. Something retarded like that. Obviously not like that, but you get the point. And you get people to commit. That's really important. Then the Q&A. Take it serious. So don't just freeball it. Take it serious. Here's the format. Acknowledge, again my English, acknowledge the questions that somebody asks. Answer them directly. And then connect it back to how the program handles that exact thing. Because you don't want to just help them, you want to help them and show them that you can help them even more if they buy from you. For example, great question. Yes, and that's actually exactly what we address in blah blah blah. The program takes you through blah blah blah. Okay? And you drop a CTA every few questions. So guys, if you're interested, we will go on with the questions. Just enter the type form and yeah, give me your money, something like that. Okay? And you do it for 15 to 30 minutes, and you can have a timer on the screen. And also you can schedule questions like, how do I say it? You can schedule when a certain question will pop up on the screen. So if you want to write fake questions, which you should, or you can have one of your team members be on the call and write questions that you want to answer, basically handle some even more objections. Then the last thing, finally, I can't sit in this anymore, I'm sweating. Phase 6, post-webinar follow-up. This is where the money is made, okay? I said earlier 20 to 35% of your revenue. I said 30 to 40 here. Let's say 30, okay? I fucked up. Leads just watch you teach something for 90 minutes. They are hot. It doesn't mean if they didn't buy instantly that they are not interested, okay? They watched you for 90 minutes or 2 hours. Trust me, they are. You need to follow up because they are hot, okay? Follow up with every single person across every channel for 1 to 2 weeks. Basically, you're going to offer a replay for most of the time. You're going to make the replay page the moment the webinar ends, okay? So one of your team members can do that. Upload the recording to Wistia or Vimeo immediately with controls locked, no skipping. Because when you put the replay on your replay page, you don't want people to be able to skip to the end, see your offer, and say, fuck this guy, he's just trying to sell me something, okay? Make them watch it. Make them watch it entirely. Make them sit in their room for, I don't know, 2 hours, however long the webinar is, and they will end up buying, trust me. Basically, replay page has a headline, sub-headline, and the video. Underneath the video sits the type from a candle link. You can add a fake expiry timer on the page that refreshes every 24 hours to create urgency, and it keeps people watching now rather than leaving it for later. Then this is the CRM pipeline, but we have I forgot the word again. Basically, the blue things are the ones that you're going to follow up with. People that didn't attend, you're also going to follow up with them, and you're going to offer them a replay, okay? I already covered the Wistia and Vimeo thing. Then people that left before the pitch, also offering a replay. People that didn't apply, setters need to call them, and they need to handle the objections that you didn't manage to. So these are the people that saw your pitch, but said, something is wrong, something is off, I don't want to work with this guy. So your setters need to call them and handle that objection that they have in their heads, and you can then use those objections to handle them in the future. And you know one more thing about your ICP. Then people that qualified and self-booked. Now we get to the interesting part. Your setters need to triage them first. Triage. So basically, if they are qualified, they need to call them and see, yo, are you actually qualified? So are these things actually true? And some of those people won't be. And if they aren't, you redirect them to a low ticket if you have one, or you just say fuck off, something but not like that, but you get what I mean. You just remove them off the calendar because they are just using up space for the hot leads. And if they are qualified, they get to book a call. And the same thing goes with people that didn't qualify. Your setters call them, and if you remember from the Typeform questions, most people will get disqualified on the money question. They will say they don't have enough money to invest, which is a lie a lot of the times. And your setters need to call them and say, yo, is it true that you don't have money? And then they get them to say that they actually do have money and they are qualified, and then they get sent to booking a call. And if they don't, you again redirect them to a low ticket offer, or you just leave them alone for a future if you don't have a low ticket offer. Then people book a call, blah blah blah. I said this already, and yeah, you basically don't have to follow up again unless they don't show you follow up with them. Why they didn't show? If they rescheduled your follow up with a new schedule, with a new date, time, and stuff like that. And yeah, then you close them, and that's it. But also we have a post-webinar email sequence. There are 3 flows, okay? People who didn't attend, these are coldest but still worth hitting, because if you have their email, you might as well try, shoot your shot. Just like we did earlier in class. Email 1, morning after. Replay is available, here's what you missed. Email 2 on day 2, second push on the replay. reiterate the bonuses with FOMO framing, so bonuses that you added, to your core offer to make it better. You will reiterate them with FOMO, so it's going out soon, and CTA to apply or book, and email 3, last chance offer expiring, final scarcity CTA. Attended but didn't apply. Email 1 immediately after or morning after. Recap of what they learned, plus recap of the offer. If you're still thinking about it, here's what's on the table. CTA to apply. Email 2, next day. Offer the replay in case they missed anything or want to rewatch the pitch. CTA to apply. Email 3 on day 3, last chance, bonuses expiring, final CTA with scarcity. Then people who applied but disqualified only after setters make sure they are really not the right fit, and you just basically offer them a low ticket offer as a separate opportunity. Again, if you have one, if you don't have one, just forget about it. But firstly, your setters need to call them, okay? WhatsApp community post webinar. You add CTAs to reply, to replay. You mention bonuses still being available if they are not like a webinar only bonuses, which they could be. You show client results and screenshots for FOMO, or you can say like, yo, you post a screenshot, so Mikkel just joined our program after the webinar and he already did $1 million a month. You get what I mean. Obviously don't fake it. Then also you have DM links for anyone with questions or objections about the offer, you handle them. And you have a setter monitoring the WhatsApp account to answer questions and objections directly. Oh my god. So yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know on how to run a 100k webinar funnel from A to Z. Full step-by-step guide. This might seem a little bit complicated, and I'm not going to lie, it is. That's why I'm here as my business partner. If you want me and my business partner to do this for you, go down below in the description. You'll have a calendar link. Book in a call with us. We'll get on a call. We'll see if we can help you, how we can help you. If you're the right fit, we'll get working immediately. If you're not, we won't work together. We'll tell you what you need to do in order to upgrade your offer. Let's say like that. And yeah, that's basically it for this video.